is also started. All right. Okay, this is my different project. We'll go to our project, right? We have been working on HTML last class, and I will start it from where we left last session. And if there is anything left for us to learn in in HTML, we will be learning today. And we can slowly move on to the next session, which is going to be CSS, right? So before that, we will take a look at it, what sort of things yet to be learned, right? Okay. Um, we learned how to put images. Yes, we did that. Bullets, numbers. In last class, we have done tables and iframes also we have done. Nice. Right. There's one or two things that's available. Let's do that part and we will move on slowly. Okay, let me teach you today. This is what I'm going to teach today. Show you. Last week we learned how to even add a YouTube video to our program. I would like to open the project that we did last class so that you can see that what's happening. This was our last week work. You can see this is how you can include using iframes, another web page. Iframe, we learned how to use it. Then we learned how we can include a third-party website, right? So these both are same actually. Instead of just the file name, here you give the URL. And down here we learned how to add a Google Maps. This is very important in your final project. You can put one, Google Maps. Then I showed you how you can even attach a YouTube video to your web page, right? These things we have done in the previous class, right? Okay, that will be enough, right? So let's move on from there. If you do have any doubts, just ask me. And if you have anything to talk, you can let me know, then I can answer you. All right, let's close this one. Let's go back and we will create another program. Okay. Well, okay, thank you. Let's say up something like Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft. And Microsoft is a brand name. After company names or brand names, we put something like the trademark. Okay, because it's their trademark. But we can put it we can simply put TM like this, but it will not display like this. So that's not what I want. I want TM to look tiny and it needs to be superscript automatically, right? So let's see how we can do that. So we don't type TM there. We just type ampersand trade semicolon, right? So let's reload and see. So it looks smaller there. That's okay. And I can even make it better by using SUP, which means superscript. And I can finish SUP, right? So let's reload down and you can see now it's much better, right? So you can have it something like this, right? In case if you want to use this kind of thing, you can make use of this one, right? So three things I showed you: copyright sign, registration mark, and you can put amps, right? This one. Let's do the next one, right? Okay. So we're going to do something like this. I'll show you how to get, sometimes you can get fractions. So especially it is useful if you are referring to something like measurement units, like you want to say like a half a cup of something and a quarter cup of something or 3/4 of something. If you want to have things like that, now let's say 1/3. If you want to have something like this, 1/3, which is very nicely you can create like this, right? Okay, I'll put this one once again. Let's say we want something like, let's say sugar half a cup, right? Let's say sugar half a cup you want, right? Like this. So when you reload this, you get the output like this. This is not very nice. This is not really nice. Let's see how we can get that thing done. Instead of this, you can write ampersand, then you type FRAC, which stands for fraction. And you can see all the things which are listed down here, fractions, right? So I am not interested in everything. I'm just going to put this one, 1/2. Someone's microphone is unmuted. Please mute that. Okay, right. So now when you reload this, now see sugar half a cup. Now that's a single character, right? Well, if you want to put other fractions, you can type ampersand fraction. Let's say 3/4, right? 43. You just type 4, right? Like this. So 3/4 will come. So likewise, you can do the other things as well, right? So let's just try one more. 1/8. Let's try. Okay. Right. There we go. It looks really nice. Okay, it can work. Okay. Right, let's get back. Some students are asking certain small questions, so I don't need to answer it in public. So I just replied it. That's why. Okay. Okay. Right. Let's move on to the next part. Um, I'm going to show you how you can include audio files as well as video files inside your web pages. But I'm going to just download an audio and a video quickly, right? To do that. We can do that one. After that, we're going to do something like HTML forms. That is really important. I will teach you how to do that part as well, right? Okay. First of all, I'll show you how you can add how to add a sound, right? Okay. Um, I will need to download a sound clip, right? I'll download. I'm in a website, so I just got a file downloaded. You can download an MP3 file or you can download a OGV file, right? So there are different types of files are there, right? So let's download that. I am downloading a file, right? So I'm going to save it inside our project folder. So which is WC web work folder, WC. Mhm. Test web. Is in FWC web. Okay. One is asking how to add secure website and how to add account login and sign up. We are not going to do that part. That is, you have to do it with backend coding. That's a backend code you have to do, Pata. One person is asking. Well, that part, if you are doing, you need to learn a backend programming language like PHP or Java or Python. That kind of a backend code is needed for you to do that part, right? Just by HTML, we can't do all the things, right? And this is a very basic level web design course. Within about 15 minutes, sorry, 15 hours or 16 hours, we are doing HTML and CSS and Bootstrap, and we are developing some small web page as well. So within that time frame, we don't have access to that kind of a depth, Pata. So, but you can follow some video tutorials and do that, right? So you have to seriously learn backend coding, backend web development to do what you're asking. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Let's work on something like this. Right. I was going to download this. I did download that. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to download it. WC. It's not showing me. That is strange. Right, let's try this. F drive. Yeah, F drive. Now we have a images folder. Let's create a folder called audio. Inside audio, I'm saving that file. It says host.ogv. It's just a host is making a noise. That's the sound. And there's a video file also. I will get the video file as well. I will just download the video file as well. So you can see that. Right. So I will be saving that in video. Right. So let's save that. Okay, files are ready. Now we can practice that, right? Okay, I will close this one and I will create a new example for you. So it's easy for you to practice when you're practicing. That's going to be demo 7. And I will put audio video. Okay, we'll say audio video.html. Let's put the blank HTML document there. We'll put heading. Let's say working with audio and video in HTML, right? Now, first of all, we're going to add audio to our web page, right? So I'll show you how to do that. You can see, first of all, in my folder, I have created a folder called audio, and I have downloaded a file called host.ogv. Before that, in Zoom, I'm going to share my sounds, so you will be able to hear when I play a sound. Share sound, yes, you got it. Now, if I play something, you will be able to hear that sound. I think you are hearing the sound. Right. So in order to play the audio or in order to put the video, we need to add a small tag. It's very simple. We'll see. Now let's open the web page in your browser as well. Now this is the blank document. Right. Now watch this. You put the tag as audio. Okay. And directly you can give the source, but I'm not going to do it like that. I'm going to type something called controls, right? So just going to say controls. I will explain you what it is. Very simple. Just say audio tag. And next you say controls. And inside here, I'm going to say source. Okay, this is a tag, source tag, right? And for source, I can give src, the file path. Okay, so it is inside audio folder and host.ogv file, right? OGV. There are different types of file formats. I'm giving that file, right? If I had a MP3 file, then I could give MP3. I might have a song with me, then put that one and show you, right? Okay. So this is the file I do have now. And you have to say type, what type of a document it is. And you say audio slash OGG, right? So that's the file type. You don't need to change this one, right? Or if it is an MP3 file, okay, I'll put an MP3 file also. I don't have an MP3 file with me. Suppose if I had that, here I have to put MPEG, motion picture experts graphic, right? So this is how you define the type, right? So we don't need this one at the moment, but I'm leaving that for your reference, okay, right? Down here, I can type a message here. Instead, in case if the audio control is not visible, then what will happen is they will see this message, right? Let's say, hey, we'll say your browser does not support audio, like that. Okay. OGV is a file format. Okay. So audio format. If you are asking what it's standing for, which is let me check and let me know. Okay. I just got it searched here. Yeah. Opening OGV file. What is OGV file? Right. So you can, these kind of small things you can search Buddha right in the internet, right? So everything, I don't want to explain it to you. It's a file format, right? It says object vision graphics, right? That's what it stands for. Object vision graphics object, right? So let us not waste time on that. It's just like MP3. It's another file format. If you really want to dig into deep that, just search in the internet, right? Okay, Jahid, got it? Right. Let's go to our website, our web page. Yeah. Let's reload this and see. Now you can see there's a control comes like this. This is really nice if you're going to teach something like a new foreign language and you are good at teaching that. Uh, no, you don't need internet actually to get a web page created. Questions are keep on coming, right? You don't have to have active internet connection when you want to create. But of course, now if you want to publish your website after creating, and if you want to publish your website, then of course definitely you have to have an internet. These days, it's very rare to find computers and mobile phones without internet connection. But of course, by the time you're developing a website, if you don't have internet, that's quite fine, okay, but you can do it. But downloading and getting resources, that will be a problem if you don't have internet for access. Okay, right. Nice. I was going to explain about this. Automatically this control comes inside your web page and you can play this sound and you can simply get this, right? So I'll reduce the sound there. I'll just reduce the sound a little bit because okay, that's how a host sounds, right? So you can put a different sound if you like. Okay, I might have a MP3 file with me. Let me copy a MP3 song there and let me do that and show you quickly. Let's play an MP3 file, right? I might have a selection. I have a huge collection, I think, MP3 songs. It's a huge one. You can see. Let's Bengali music. We will go for an instrumental one. Let's take this song, right? It's a popular one. Right, so let's take this song, right? So I'm going to copy that. Yeah, and let's minimize this. Let's go to our audio folder, which is F drive, WC web, and we have to go inside audio folder. And let's paste this. That's a song. Later I will delete this, right? So let's call this one as Hindi underscore INS song, which is instrument, right? So let's put it's an MP3 file. Let's go to our project, right? Let's that is a Kalhonaho or something. I don't know what it is, right? So, but let's play this, right? We'll put audio. I'm sorry, audio, right? So I don't need the SRC part here. I need to give controls, right? And I'm going to say source, and here we are, SRC audio slash Hindi INS MP3, and I will say type. Then I can give audio slash MPEG, right? I'm not going to put a OGG file here because I don't have it. So I can put this message also if in case if my browser is not supporting the audio control, it will display it, right? So let's play this. Right now we got another one. So which one is for which one we don't have, right? So let's put an H2 tag, right? So let's say host sound. Then you have a Hindi song, but it's an instrumental. Right, let's save this. Let's go to the page. Let's reload. Okay. Yeah, tag, yeah. I'll teach you what is this HR. If I put an HR tag, you will get a horizontal line like this. Okay. Right, you get a horizontal line like that. Right now, when I reload this, right. So sound is there, but I don't have patience to, play the whole thing, so I can forward it. Hope you can hear the sound. If you can hear, just tell me you can hear. Can you hear me? Can you hear the sound?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Right, so that will be useful. And guys, when you're teaching a foreign language, or let's say how to speak Tamil or how to speak Sinhala, and you want to say how to ask what is your name, right? So then you record it in Tamil, okay, and you put that audio clip. So if you have there are a lot of websites like that, how to count in a particular language and things like that. So for in such situations and such places, this kind of controls are very much useful, and you can have customized controls with JavaScript. I'm not going to go into that, right? Okay, so this much is enough. Okay, right? So you can put an audio clip. Now next step, we will see how we can add a video clip. Right, I already have downloaded video clip. It's an MP4 clip, small clip. So when you want to add a video, uh, so it looks okay now. Let's put another HR tag, and let's put a H2 tag, small video clip. So let's put a video clip down here. Okay. So when you want to put a video clip, right? So it's pretty easy again, how to put a video clip. You use a tag like this. You will use video, right? So you use video, and here I'm not going to again give SRC, right? So inside this, you know what I'm going to give, right? I will give the width of the video, right? So I will keep it small, 320 by 240. Okay. Then of course I'm going to say controls. When you say controls, guys, what you get is these things are visible, right? Play button, slider, as well as volume control, and playback speed, increase or decrease. You can do that. Excuse me. You can do that, right? That's what the control is about. Now let's video here. So you say source. You have to say SRC, source SRC. Now inside video I have MOB BBB, that is I think a big bunny or something like that. So let's go for that, and you have to give the type. You have to say video slash MP4. Okay, that's what I'm using. And of course, you can type that message. Hey, your browser not supporting videos. Okay, so you can put a message in case if this doesn't get displayed in your browser, it will display this message on the screen. Okay, right. Let's reload this and see. Now, when I reload that, I have put a small video clip, and that will be working. Hope you have watched this full cartoon, right? So it's a small video clip from that cartoon, right? Yeah. So that's the basic idea how you can include a video clip or you can include an audio clip. Now you might ask, now we know how to include YouTube videos, then why should we learn how to add video clips, right? The idea is, now if you don't wish to upload your video clips to YouTube and you have a video clip in your website and just you want to show that to whoever comes to your website, you just want to play, that is, you can make use of this kind of a work. Other than that, no big deal, right? So you can make use of public videos to YouTube. That's a very popular option. But if you really want to have your website in your website itself, if you want to host your videos, you can use like this also. That this method is also available, right? Having said that, I'm moving on, right? So we learned how to add audio, how to add video. Okay, nice. Now I'm going to teach you a little bit important. Now, other things are also important. This is, we're going to learn something called HTML forms, right? So this is pretty interesting but it is a little bit time consuming for to create, but slowly one by one, I'm going to do. But I'm trying to keep things very simple, not to go too much into technical things, and I'm not going to teach you too deep because I'm not going to do any backend coding, right? If you want to do backend coding, you need to learn either PHP or you can use like Python, or you can use JSP if you're doing it in Java. You can use a lot of options are there, languages. You can choose and learn the backend code and do it, right? Okay, we are not going into that area now. Let's go to our page. Let's close this web page and let's create a new one. I'm going to call it as a demo, which is going to be 8. Yes, demo 8. And I will call demo 8. This is going to be about HTML forms. Right, nice. It's about HTML forms. The blank HTML I will create. And let's go in here, H1. And we'll say working with HTML forms. Okay, working with HTML forms, right? So let's see how we can do that. You have plenty of times you'd have seen HTML forms. Now I'm going to show you one how to create. Right. If you go to web pages like Facebook, or if you go to Gmail, if you go to Hotmail, so many websites are there which will ask you to type username and password, and then you can log in. So if you are going to create something like a username and a password screen, then you need to use HTML forms. Not only that, but also you will have to create some other parts as well. So when you want to create other parts of the use interface like HTML forms, this will be very much useful, right? So without further discussion, let us quickly jump into the lesson. Right. So I'm going to show you how you can create HTML forms. Very simple. First, you type a form like this. Now watch this form. Okay. Don't worry about this. What is coming here about action? Action, and there's another one called method. These two things we have to give. Okay. For the time being, I'll just type something like reg.php. I don't have a PHP code now. And method, let's give post. At the end of the program, at the end of the HTML forms, let me again explain you what is this action attribute does and what is this method is about. Okay, at the moment, we don't need this one for the discussion. Actually, both of them are for the back end coding, right? Okay, if you are wondering what it is, let me include a comment, both for back-end code part, right? So we don't have to worry about in the front end when you're doing the development. Okay, nice. Now I'm going to create where you can type your username or you can type your name, right? Right. I'm going to type something like input. There's a tag called input, right? If you say input, and it will automatically give type is assigned the value text. Input type text. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to just save this and show you how it looks in the web page, right? Let's go to the web page. This is the last one we are practicing. Let's click on that. And you can see there's a text box coming. I can type text, right? I can type letters. I can type numbers as, okay, I will zoom in. And I can type symbols if I want, right? So no worries. I can type symbols, numbers, and characters, right? So everything is possible inside a text field you can type, right? So to create a text field, you type input, press the tab key. So input, press the tab key, right? So which automatically comes input type is assigned the value text. There are other types of attributes are there. I will slowly take you one by one. For the time being, this is enough for us now. So we will work on only that part now. Okay. After that, we will slowly move on to the other sections, right? Now, um, let's say we have another text box here, right? So I will put something like a BR tag and I will explain you what is a BR tag is. Now watch this. So the next form component, that means the next text box is coming in the next line, right? So if you don't have a BR tag, what happens is it appears in the same line, right? So it is just like something like pressing the enter key to take whatever comes after the BR tag to the next line. So that is a small formatting I want. I just add it like that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is, now if you have uh, several fields like this in your screen, and each of these text fields is requesting you to enter something, and you have no clue, no idea what you have to type inside these boxes. So therefore, you better type some meaningful text in front of the boxes, right? So let's see how we can do that. Right. So we type something like here, enter your name. So if you reload, it comes like that. Oh, it's not bad, right? So let's type something else here. We'll type enter your city or as address, and you say enter your city, and let's say enter your telephone. Okay, enter your telephone number. Right. So when you reload, okay, it's not beautiful. I understand. It's not beautiful because this is just HTML. And if you want to make it look beautiful, you need to make use of CSS, which is not, we are doing, we are not doing it now. Okay. Right. So what we're going to do is, actually we will be not typing text like this inside our page, right? So what we will be doing is we'll be including something additionally to that, right? Like this. We have another tag we use that is called labels or label tag. So for is there again, that is for backend coding or for the CSS part. No worries about the for. You can type, we'll say customer name. Okay. And I create another label, right? And I'll type here address. Then I'll type another label and I'll type, let's say city, and another label. So how can we see the users? What type in those boxes? I didn't understand the question. Okay, let's say telephone. Okay, now let's reload this. Now it looks like this. You can type here. Let's say John Doe. This is not the username, okay? This is just, you can type the use details when you're filling a form or something. Let's say Candy. Okay, number 1, Main Street, Uh, and city, let's say Candy. I don't know whether there's a address like that. Telephone note 81 dash 000 000. Okay. Uh, who is this? A moment. How can we see the users? What type in those boxes? I didn't get you, Buta. Mujahid Ahmad. I didn't get that. What type of users means? I didn't get that part. Okay, this is a simple way of designing a form. That's it, right? Okay. Now only I use text boxes and I just showed you how to use labels. Now, anyway, it is not looking very nice. Okay. So you might be thinking, oh, it's not going to be useful, right? Watch this. Now you can use a small amount of CSS. This is not my lesson now. CSS is not the lesson now, but because you like it, I'll just do a code, right? Don't worry about the code. No, don't worry about this code. Huh? If I reload that, it comes something like this. See? So when you put your CSS into place, you can make it look very pretty, okay? And of course, you can make the things looks nice also. Let's put something like sans serif. Okay, now it looks much better than the previous one, right? So without CSS, it looks very much minimal like this, and it doesn't give any beautifulness or anything to that. So with a small amount of CSS, you can format it very nicely. But anyways, we are learning this one. Okay, we are learning this one how to do, right? Uh, so you can have it like that, and if you want, you can increase it. Um, but this is not the lesson, guys and girls, because I just want to show you how it can be done. Otherwise, every day, yeah, round rectangle ones you can create. Hope you like it, isn't it? So it's pretty simple to build something like that. That is with next lesson we will be starting. Okay, once we started CSS, if you know the basic HTML, you can build your pages looking beautiful like this. This is not beautiful. I mean, uh, it is something better than, of course, this, right? This is total disaster. Disaster. It's not looking very. It doesn't look very pretty. I admit that. Okay, right. So I'm going to leave it like this because CSS is not our lesson now. So I will just remove that code. That's it, right? Okay. Because my purpose here is to teach you how to add the components only, right? So no formattings. Sorry about that. If you love CSS, okay, right. I'm going to teach you one more component. I just showed you how to put a text box and a label, right? Okay, now let's put inside the telephone text field. Let's say we want to limit more than 10 digits you can't type, right? So in that case, you'd say max length is assigned the value, you give 10. If you say max length 10, and here inside the telephone, like here I'm typing the numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. That's altogether 10. Now I'm typing. I hope you can hear the keyboard smashing sound. Nothing coming, right? So, but here you can type, but after 10 characters, no, it's not allowing you. You might be wondering for the telephone why sir is typing characters. It is possible because it's a text box. And if you want only numbers, later I'll show you there is a different control to put, right? Okay, so here we can put maximum uh, 10 digits. Okay, so that's about the max length. And let's go inside the name, customer name, and let's say you want to have a placeholder, right? You want to type, you want to display there something like John Doe. Okay, so you type placeholder, say placeholder, and you can type a message, let's say John Doe. So if I reload that, so in a gray color text, it appears there. So the moment that you click inside, it is there. But if you start to type, let's say your name is Kevin, and it goes like this, and the previous one gets disappeared. And this is just for your reference how you should enter, right? Suppose if you had something like a date of birth, without erasing, I'll put this one, right? Let's say date of birth, uh date of birth. I think most of you are 2K kids. Right, so let me put here a placeholder, right? um I like to get your date of birth in this particular format. Let's say I like to get first the year in 4 digits, then a dash, then the month in 2 digits, and your birth date in 2 digits. So if you want to display that format inside your text box, that's perfectly you can do it. So that it avoids the confusion. How should I type the date format? So born year in 4 digits, month in 2 digits, and born date in 2 digits, again separated by a hyphen. So it's pretty simple how to use it. So that is enough about the text boxes. Let's move on, right? Hope you can understand what I'm teaching, right? Okay, so the count was 79. Now it has come to 69. Okay. Right. All right. Next part, I'm going to show you how you can put something called drop-down list boxes, right? Like let's do a drop-down list box, right? So let's see how we can do that. In order to create a drop-down list box, first of all, let's put a label. In a drop-down list box, what we can have is a list, of course. Thing is, out of the given options, one option can be chosen. That's it. You can't choose more than one. Let's say select preferred language. Okay. Now, if you talk about Sri Lanka, we have mainly 3 languages: Sinhala, Tamil, and English, and maybe other languages, right? Okay. So we're gonna put not a text box, because if you put a text box, each time users will have to type what their language is. Here I'm going to put just a comma box so users can select what their language is, right? In order to create a comma box or a drop-down list box, this is the code that you use. Select, very simple. And there is 2 attributes coming. One is called name and another one called ID. Both of them things are needed for the backend coding. So I'm not going to discuss that now. I'm going to leave it blank, right? So actually, in a real website, and when you do the backend coding without filling these values, it's not going to work. Okay, now we are only interested in creating our component. So let's do that. Okay, so when I reload the page, you see something like this. It looks like a comma box, but there's no list in it. Okay, so in order to create a comma box or a drop-down list box, remember the code is select and finishing select. Right, inside this one, what we're going to type is, right, common attendees, some people are missing, I think. Okay, let's try. Uh, there's a thing called option, right? So option, and you finish this, right? There is something coming as value here, and that is again needed for the backend coding, but that part we will be filling now. Let's type something here, right? Okay, the first value is Sinhala. That is the majority of the language, or majority of the people in Sri Lanka, we speak Sinhala language. And other people, second spoken language will be Tamil. And let's say the other language, we'll put English. And of course, and one more option, I'm going to put others. Okay, there can be other language also be there. So when you reload this, you will see there's a drop-down list box. I can choose the preferred language I like. Okay, So let's say I don't know any of this language, and I wish to continue with something like Malay language, or if I like to continue with Hindi or something, then I can choose others, right? Okay, that's done. Cool. Now we should understand one more thing. I can't demonstrate it now because this is not connected to a backend. If it is connected to a backend, I can show you how it is. This part is processed, right? So what I'm going to give is I'm going to type the same things for the value, which you will not see in the output. Okay. So when I reload the page, you see no difference in the output. There's no difference in the output. I think I made a mistake. Sinhala, Tamil, and English it should be. There we go. Right. So that's pretty much it is, right? Please remember, out of a drop-down list box, you can choose only one item at a time. Okay. That's enough. Let's move on to another one. I'm going to show you how you can create a this is a drop-down list box. I'm going to just create a list box now. Previous one is a drop-down list box. What I'm creating now is a list box, right? Let's say if you have, let's say your favorite food item, right? Okay, you people have a lot of favorite food items. Favorite food items, right? Okay, what are the items that you have, right? So I can't satisfy all of your food items, but same thing. What's going to do? Select is the code I'm going to put. See, I'm not going to change any of those details. Let's create a list of food items, right? Starting with the items that you like. Okay, let's say chocolate. Everybody likes, no one hates, right? Let's put ice cream. Everybody loves ice cream. Um, Option, let's say we like pizza. Let's say we like kottu. Sorry. Let's say what else we like. Uh, Roti. Uh, just put. Okay, we'll put biryani also. Okay. Nice. Chocolate spelling mistake. Chocolate, chocolate, okay. Chocolate. Okay. Happy there? Chocolate, right? Chocolate, right? So we'll have a drop-down list box like this. We have a drop-down list box. The problem is we have a problem here because we have a problem here. మా వ్యూలో we happy దగ్గర thumbs up పెద్దాల తినవా. Okay, right. So we have put the items here. Let's see. Okay, let's reload that. Okay, there we go. So it looks like this, but out of this food items, let's say except for pizza, I like all the other things personally, right? So let me select except for pizza, I'm going to select all the other things, right? So how can I do that? So in this, I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it from here. So let's see how we can do that. So when you want to create a list item, not a drop down list item, right? So I'm going to type one more attribute, which is size, and you can give any value which is above 1 will turn it into a list box. I'm going to type it like 5. So when I type 5 there, so you can see 5 list items are visible at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Altogether we have 6, but 5 visible. Now if I give here 10, so the list box is really big, but we don't have enough items to fill the list box. But anyways, we have 5 items. Okay. Now comes the challenge. Right now, we will keep this one to like something like 5. That's fine. We'll keep it like this. Right now, I want to choose chocolate, ice cream, kottu, roti, as well as biryani. So except for pizza, I want to choose all the other items. So I'm holding my control key and I'm clicking, but I can't get it selected. I cannot get it selected. So to do that, what you do is inside your select command or inside the select tag, you simply say multiple. Can you see that? The attribute comes multiple. That's all. Then when you reload it, right, there's no change. Just select chocolate, then hold the control key, select ice cream and all the other food items that you like. So pretty much easy to do with the control key, right? So this is possible only if you have given the multiple option here. Okay, so that is about how you can create drop down list boxes and list boxes, right? So I think we have about another 4 minutes left. Let's do one more control and then we will wind up the class for today. Right. So I will teach you one more thing, then I will give you all the files for you to practice. You can open them and practice nicely. Student count is going up, right? Maybe, yeah, photography class is coming up, so the student count is going up. Right. Let's see how we can do it again, right? Yes. This time I'm going to say label. And I'm going to show you how to create checkboxes. That's also interesting. It is something closer to list boxes. This is also allowing you to select multiple options. So you can wisely use them, right? Okay. Let's put some items. Select your accessories. Right. So let's say you're buying a phone and you want to buy some accessories along with the phone, and we want to list the accessories, right? Okay, I'll put a BR tag so it comes in the next line, right? So my checkboxes will appear down here, right? First one I'm going to put is very simple, very simple. Input tab, you type. So how to get files? I don't know, sir. I will be sending them through the chat window now. So I will be sending the files through the this one. What do you call from the chat window, so you can download them, right? Okay, please wait. At the end of the class, I'll be giving two more minutes left, so let's do that. Nice. We're gonna say input type instead of text. We're gonna say checkbox, right? And you have to type something like this. This checkbox stands for what, right? So this checkbox stands for what? You have to give the value here, right? So let's give. This is about a phone cover. Okay, so we need a phone cover. So when I reload this, you're gonna see nothing. Okay, except for the checkbox. Only the checkbox is there. I can either select it or deselect it, but I don't see any text next to that. So what you could do is you can individually put label tags there, or you can type a text after that. Let's say phone cover. Okay, phone cover. Then I will put a BR tag again. Then I will create one. Oh, sorry. Then I will create another checkbox, right? So time is flying. So let me do it a bit faster. Input type, checkbox. I don't want to copy paste, so you will not follow along with me. Then value. This time we will put a, what else? Earpod. Right. So, okay, earpod. What else we can take? Input type text, checkbox. Yeah, that is enough. 3 items we will put. We will put an extra charger. Okay, right. So we'll have to say charger here. I think one more item is better. We put. What else we can buy? For a camera, for a phone. What shall we buy? Okay, power bank. Yeah, let's buy a power bank as well. Okay. Nice. Let's reload this. Oh, power bank. Ring light, of course, memory card. Thank you. Let's reload this. Now, children, you can see these options are coming here. So if I want to choose a charger, I will correctly go there and click. If I want a power bank, I will click here. And if I want a phone cover, I will click here. So each checkbox is now very meaningful because next to the checkbox, the label is displayed, right? A checkbox allows you to, a list of checkboxes will allow you to select all the checkboxes, many of the checkboxes, few of the checkboxes, one of the checkbox, or none of the checkbox. So this is the way that you can select the checkboxes in your web page. Okay, so that's all the time we got, students. It is almost 7:31, so we will be concluding the web design class now. and maybe 2-3 minutes, take a break, and you can take what do you call background sound and all. We don't put puta nowadays. It will be you can put if you want, I'll show you, but those things are very much discouraged. Old way of creating web pages, right? But CSS and all, I'll show you how to put a background video and all, right? Something like in real websites, how we put, right? I'll show you that. Okay, now let's give you the files. Just wait there. I'm going to give you the files for everybody. I will. Excuse me, sir, the last week's sessions files also, can you send? Okay, no problem. I'll send everything. Can you all please stop sending me direct messages so I can send it to everybody? Here comes the files. Don't send me any files. Don't send me anything on the chat now. So files last week also. Here comes the files. F drive. Oops. Okay, ඔක්කොම ටික දාන්න ඔයාලට files ටික. හරිද? එකක් මතක තියාගන්න. මේ folders තුන තියෙන්න ඕන. All these 3 folders should be there, and you need to have the relevant files also. මට දරුවෝ මට ඔක්කොම files ටික දාන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. මම මේව දෙන්නද ඔයගලන්ට? files ටික zip කරලා දෙන්නම් ඈ. Right, okay. ටුක් ගාලා දෙන්නවා. ඕමින්ද. zip කරා files ටික. Right, ඔන්න දුන්නා. 5 MB download කරගන්න. images, video clip ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා. හැමෝටම දානවා. எல்லாருக்கும் போட்டுட்டேன். எடுத்துக்கொள்ளுங்க ரைட்டா? Okay. Okay தானே? right. හරි නේද? එතකොට අපි අද ක්ලාස් එක මෙතනින් ඉවරයි. හරි. තව ක්ලාස් එක හම්බෙමු නම් next week let's meet in the web designing class. So I will be starting the photography class within about 2 minutes time. Let's me grab a glass of water, then I'll come to the class back. Okay, children. God bless you. See you next week. Bye.